Hi everyone, this is Key of W, this is Islands of Insight. I think you all know the drill by now. So in the previous episode, we finished the Flame of Enlightenment, which is the end puzzle of the game, basically. It's the end of the main quest. We're now in end game content, so to speak. But I'm going to go back and do a lot of other things. In this episode in particular, I want to explore Autumn Falls and hit the trials / pillars of insight that I missed before. So I've done all the enclaves, but there's sorry, that's the monolith. There's like this, and this in fact awakens a new type of logic grid. There's these puzzles here, so we're gonna head there and do all those things. I don't know if I'll hit all of them in this episode, but I'll at least get started. Actually, I've been waiting on this Wanderer's quest and I haven't claimed it at all. So what about that? I don't know. I've been ignoring the luminous quests for a while. I probably shouldn't. So I've already forgotten what it was I said I was going to do. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go to bent into shape because it unlocks a new type of puzzle. It's basically straight ahead of me. Got a couple of rings we can hit like that. Ooh, neat. That's a big puzzle. Am I close? A little more this way. Oh, there it is, there it is. So, I bet it's bent into shape, piecing it together. So I can't solve any of these puzzles yet, so I bet I just gotta do these pillars of insight. Is that correct? Solve 2 pillars of insight. Yep. So, no 2 light areas have the same shape and size. This can't do because they're the same. So what it's going to be is that. Yeah. No 2 dark areas have the same shape and size. So this is the single, which means none of these can be singles. This can be an elbow. This can be a long piece. Yeah. Connect all light cells. No 2 dark areas of the same shape and size. So now we know that there are no singles. That's the single. This has to come out this way. We can do this. That'll do it. No 2 dark areas have the same shape or size. What if they were just all dark? What if I just did that? Yeah. They don't have the same shape or size. Well, this is a problem. We can't have 2 of those. So we make the L shape. This has to be the longer L shape, the tetromino. This cannot be a dark cell because no matter what we do, you would copy one of these. So we have this issue, and that's going to be our single line. Interesting. All dark areas have the same shape and size, so that's difference. That means we have to have squares for all of our dark areas, like this. They all are 1 by 3, just lines. This one can't go horizontally, but it can go vertically. That's probably it. All of these are sort of the S piece, but I think it can be inverted like this just fine. Can it be done like this? Yes, they can be rotated. Rotated and flipped. So this is a flip from an S piece to a Z piece. Like if you were playing Tetris and you rotated this piece, you'd never get this one. You would get this one, I believe. So this is a flip, this is an exact duplicate, and this is a rotation. So all of those are allowed, which makes this a little tricky. This, I think we're going to come through here. That's going to be this piece, right? No, that can't be right. Because if this is it, if this is this piece, what if it's this piece? No, that's not right either. This would need to be. Okay, we see. This is going to be a dark cell. There's no way this is a light cell, because then we can't bring this anywhere. If this was a light cell, we would also have trouble. So we definitely have an elbow here. So it could be this rotated. Then we'd have this? Yeah, that's it. That's so weird. All dark areas and light areas have same shape and size. So we know that these have to extend for sure. If this is a light cell, we're in trouble. Because these would both have to be light cells, and then how do we make this work? So that's a dark cell, which means that this is in fact how the dark cells are done. And that works out nicely. All dark areas have the same shape and size. Okay. Well, where am I going to find 5 in a row on this? There. That is it. So we need to bring this like so. Is that right? Yep. All dark areas have same shape and size. We know they can't be singles, so we have to bring this out, which makes elbows for sure. And this. So maybe... This doesn't work, does it? This works. This works. This works. Pentominoes. Cool. Good camera placements. Thank you. So now we have logic grids with congruency rules. I believe this was a post-game like update. So when the game first came out, this area didn't exist because the congruency rule I don't remember too well. And then while the game was still being an online game, there was an update where they added this puzzle type. So it's not used in any of the main game quests or anything like that. It is end game content. So all dark areas have the same shape and size, but we don't want to make squares with the white. This has to be white, but these both can't be. So this is going to be it. Oops. I'm going to do this, that. Great. Doing the easier puzzles first. Exactly one symbol per dark area. No two dark areas have the same shape and size. Okay, now this is going to be a tricky one because we have to have 5 separate tetrominoes, and there are only 5 that we can do. So we have this S piece, but the Z piece is considered the same piece. So we have the S, we have the T piece, we have the O piece, we have the I piece, and then we have the L piece. Those are what we're going to have. The L and its rotation are both, and its flipped version are both the same thing. So let's see where we can put each of the pieces. This one can have the L. This one can have... It can't have the O, it can't have the I, it can't have the S, and it can't have the T. So it does in fact have the L, so it's at least those 3. This one is going to extend this way for sure, and that way. So that's that piece. Either way, it is an S piece. This can't be the S, and it can't be the I, and it can't be the L, so it's the T. This is the L, this is that, and we're good. So you see how that works? There's 5 unique tetrominoes we can make, and so we have to make one of each. We're going to do the same thing here, 5 unique tetrominoes. That one is forced to be the S piece. This, I believe, now we're forcing both the L and the I piece. This is the only one that can be an O, and that makes this the T. Awesome. Connect all light cells. No 2 dark areas have the same shape and size, but they all have area 4. Okay, so we have our T piece here. Connect all light cells. It's going to come through here. This can't be a T piece. This has to be an S piece. And then this one might as well be the L piece. Yeah. All dark areas have same shape and size. So I doubt it's singles, right? Oh god, what if it is singles? No, this could be 3. It could just be straight lines. Well, no matter what, if this is filled in, we have singles. And if this is filled in, like if this is filled in, we have lines, no matter what it is. So whatever the case, we're not going to have something like this. Oh, hold on a second. This right here is going to give away the game. We can't have singles because these two. So we are going to have this issue that is going to fill these in. It's also going to solve these. We're going to have a line of 3, but there's going to be more. In fact, there has to be more. Has to be at least like this. Yeah, hold on. This has to be like that. That's going to solve those. 3, 3, 3, 3. Yeah, there we go. That's it. That was a weird one. I liked it. Exactly one symbol per light area. No two of the same shape or size. This is probably going to be this then. Same principle we've worked on already. Okay, we've got a galaxy, so rotational symmetry. All dark areas have the same shape and size. So probably that, but it's possible it's rotated a bit. No, it isn't, because this is exactly the same. So the viewpoint number... How would I do the viewpoint number? Let's hold off on that for a second. Viewpoint number is going to make this like so. That's using that trick. It's going to go one of these directions, so that's all. And no matter what... Wait, that's not right. Because I can still do this. But that's only if it has the other condition of no dominoes. That's what I forgot from the previous episode. So it can do this. In fact, it probably will have to. Because like if I do this, then I have to find a way to make a... We would have an issue. Well, let's bring this out, because it's going to have to come out at some point. That for sure. But it could be, like... No. It could be something... No, it has to be rotationally symmetrical. It could be like this. Yep. I think I was making that harder than it needed to be. All dark areas have same shape and size. So, if I did this, we would have a problem. Because no matter if I do this, it's over. If I do this, it's over. So this has to be a light cell. We know that much for sure. Now, if I did this, I think this actually just works. Yeah, cool. How about this guy? No two light areas have the same shape and size. They'll have area 4. So once again, we have the tetromino rule. That cannot be a light cell because we would overload. Either of these can be light cells, though. Oh, no two light areas have the same shape and size. Wait, hold on. No. I already read that correctly. For some reason, I suddenly read it as they all do have the same shape and size, so it's the same tetromino. It is not. They're all different tetrominos. If I did this... we would be in trouble here. If this is a light cell, this can't be a light cell. This would have to be, but then this would overload, and this would make the same thing. So that's another dark cell. Which means probably this? No, if this is a light cell, once again, we have an issue. So these are all dark cells. So whatever happens, the T shape is going to come out of here like this. We could do it like this. Oh, we could do it like this. Yep, that works. Okay, exactly one symbol per light area, so these cannot connect to each other. And now no two light areas have the same shape and size. So now we're doing pentominoes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I forget the exact number of pentominoes here. And I know that because the game counts flipped and rotated versions, it's actually a smaller number. Because like with tetrominoes, there's only 5 we can use in the game. But if you're playing Tetris, there's actually 7. So I forget the number of pentominoes, but I bet that whatever you look up, it's a smaller number for this. So let's start with this here. That's going to solve this 5. So we're going to call this the C piece. We can't have a C piece again. Those can't connect. This is kind of an S piece again. We can't have another one of those. Now this is coming out, but we can't make the C piece like this. We have to make this piece. Like a giant L piece. Alright, this is going to come through here for sure. That's going to come out at least one space. This will come out at least one more, but it can't be this shape because that's this one. So it'll also come out one more space like so. Let's see, this will have to come out. This can't actually be this piece either. Or here or here. This has to be the long eye piece. That means this one can't be the eyepiece. And in fact, if this is the piece here, no matter what we do, it's cooked. So this is what it's going to be here. We can do not that, not this, not this. That's the only thing we can do here. That means this piece is going to at least come down here. It can't be this because that would create that. So it's going to be this sort of T shape. This is the only thing we can do is the zigzag. Let's see. What other types of pieces can we have? So we can't have the eye piece, so that cannot be part of this. This and that can't be, so this also isn't there. In fact, the only thing we can do now is this. That has to be there. This would be a repeat of that, so we definitely have to come up. It can't be this either because it's a repeat of that, so we have to bring it up even further. If I have this as a light cell, also anything I do here is taken, so we do have to do something like this. This is taken. This is not taken. This is in fact the only thing we can do here. Oh boy. I think this is the only piece we can make here that hasn't been done. This is the only place we can put this piece. Okay, so what have we not done? Just a straight elbow? Yeah. That's it. Those might be all the pentominoes. There might be another one I've missed, but that's all we can do there. That's a good puzzle. I like that one a lot. Let's get these down here. Okay, no two dark areas have the same shape and size, and no two light areas have the same shape and size. Okay. Let's start here. A is going to escape, and it's going to be blocking here. Now, no two dark areas are the same. That's going to be interesting. Anything else? This has to escape. The B does not have to escape. But I don't know whether the B or the F will be a single piece. That can't go there. The B. So the F has to come out at least one space. This is now forced to be the single dark cell. So we have to have a dark cell come out this way. We have to have these come out. We don't know what these other ones are going to be yet. We know the A is going to do this. This could be dark or light. We're not sure yet. A has to come out this way. But this isn't the end of A. It does have to connect up here. And in fact, it can't connect through here. So it has to connect through this. So this is now locked in as our only two piece. So these have to come out as well. This might be the dark cell. We'll see. Here we go. This has to come up at least one, but it can't be this dark cell. This is now the only elbow, so this has to come out at least that far. This actually is our L piece, so this has to come out further. And this has to come out further. So this is just a weird piece. We're not going to copy this. The A is going to come through here, so that is locked in as our L. We can't have a single or this. This has to come out, so we have to have at least 3. This is our T piece, probably. That's going to come out. That might be all, because this might come down further. No, it won't, because the D has to do this. And then this. So this is locked in as a 3, so we have to bring that down. Let's see. We might as well do this. And then... no. This is now our T piece. There we go. There we go. Got it. That's a cool puzzle. I like that one a lot. Okay, so that's for sure. No two dark areas have the same shape and size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're just making strips from 1 to 7. So that means these are locked in like so. So which one is going to be the 7 along? It can't be one of these two, because one of these two is going to be dark. It's going to connect all of those. So we know that for sure. We also know whatever one comes down all the way, it's the same one that this 1 is looking at. So that has to be light. Only one of these is going to be seen. So whichever one is the 7 here, this other one is 4 or less. And then the 6 has to be here, because there can't be a 6 anywhere here, and the 7 and 6 can't be there. So that is going to be like this, and the 5 is now locked in here. This locks in those. The only way to get 3 is this way. That is not true. I didn't count. This is already one of them. 4, 1. Okay, let's figure it out. We need to see 4, so these in fact go like so. Which means that's the 7. So we get 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oops, 3. There we go. I like that one too. That was a great puzzle. No two dark areas have same shape and size. No two light areas. Dark and light are 5, so we have pentominoes again. Alright, that is solved. This has to connect, that has to connect. This fills the light L shape. That has to be like so. This can't connect because it would overload. So now we have this weird shape there. We have the zigzag and light. We have this one done. This one is done. This can't be light. We'd be in trouble. So we have that piece. We have our C piece. That would overload. That would overload. Alright, now, what do we do from here? These both can't be dark, because then no matter what we do, we copy that piece. If we do this, then we copy this piece. So we have to bring... we could do this. No, we can't do... It's gonna come down this way. That's what it's gonna be. This is possible. This is possible? No, because we can't have this piece. This is what we have to do. Like this. Uh-huh. Let's see. Where else are we going to put these? This is still a possible thing? Or do we do this piece? Like, if I did this... I think we have our... I think we have it. I think we have it there. I just kind of was like looking with my third eye there. Alright, time for the hardest puzzles in the set. No two light areas have the same shape and size. All dark areas do have the same shape and size. Alright, so if this were a dark, for instance, we would have an issue here. They just have an issue because there's nothing we can do. So this is a light cell, which means This has to be light as well. Either of these can be dark. This is a 2. All dark areas do have the same shape and size. So what we can do at the end is just have a really big light area once we've solved everything else. Now, if this were to be light, for instance, we would have to put a dark cell here. Let me think about it. If this were a light cell... Either way, this can't be... We can't be doing this. We can't be doing this because there's no way it's going to be single because we're going to have trouble. Actually, hold on. If we do this, then we'd have to... So dark areas are going to be either 3 or 4 in size. So we have this possibility or this possibility. How do I get this without just guessing and hoping I guess correctly? Well, if I take the 4, for instance... See, I'm just guessing. I'm trying something out and seeing what happens is what's going on. Now, the trouble we have at this point is that we have to make a 4 to make this match, but we can't... we can make an L. No, we can't make an L. That's going to overload it. So... This is light, this is dark cell. All dark cells are 3. That's what we're going to have. And they're going to be elbows. They're all going to be elbows. I guess that is what we're stuck with. Uh-huh. Like this. And we can just do this. We can just bring it around. Oops. Doggone it. There we go. No 2 light air. Oh, we're doing the same thing. So, this can't be dark, right? Because they'll all be singles. We'd have trouble. So, we're going to make that a light. That's a light. So I think this time around, I'm just guessing because they've changed the arrangement, it's going to force us to make a 4. Yeah, so I can't make an L shape. I have to make an S shape. This is kind of what's forced of me. Hope you can see why. Can't make S shapes up there. This is... let's make S shape like that. And then let's make S shape here. There we go. That finishes off that enclave. Or not enclave, the trial. Actually was a somewhat lengthy process. Let's say that's pretty good. That's good enough for now. We did that, we unlocked a puzzle type, and that's good for us, I guess. Tell you what, let me put an episode break here just for... Hold on, no, I see a puzzle. I see it. Let's put an episode break here. I'll make another episode and come back later. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.